Hey there everybody, it's the Rooster here, and today I have another match from Gotham City Imposters. This is a nice little one with the bow. I know some of you guys are probably curious if you haven't played this game, exactly how the bow works. I know you see it in my intro there in my other video, but it's pretty cool. It's you charge it up, and it you know, the longer you hold it, the stronger the shot is, that kind of stuff. If you're fighting a smaller body type in this game, then you know you don't necessarily have to charge it as much. Definitely, if you're fighting one of the mighties, one of the big heavy guys, then you know they have a lot more health. You're going to want to charge it a lot more, and especially headshots. Headshots mean all the difference with the Bear Stalker, which is what the hunting bow is called on here. So definitely want to go for headshots as much as you can. Really want to use everything to your advantage with the Bear Stalker, because there's not room for error. Like right there, you see that, you know, I want to get that damage in on him first. It ended up killing him there with that glider dive bomb. But yeah, you definitely want to use everything you can to your advantage when you're using the bow, because there's not a lot of room for error. If you miss your shots, then you're going to be at a real disadvantage, because yes, you can switch to your secondary weapon, but it takes extremely long to switch compared to some games. You know, it's not an instant switch to your secondary weapon, so you really have to be prepared. Or you know, a lot of times if I think I'm going to go into a situation where you know, I'm going to be up close, like I like to carry a shotgun on the secondary for this class. So, you know, it's like I'll switch to that before I round that corner, or before I know that I'm about to hit a group of enemies, because, you know, if I do it with my Bear Stalker out, it's probably not going to be a good time. I also wanted to put this, I've been wanting to put this up for a little while, just partly because these don't get as many views, I mean, as my Battlefield videos. They just don't, and that's fine. But I also think that, you know, for any of you guys that don't know a lot about this game and want to check it out, it's important to at least put these videos out about these smaller games and these games that people don't really know about yet. Because it doesn't, just because a game's not popular doesn't mean that it's not good. This was a very fun game during the beta. It wasn't perfect, there was still a lot of problems, but I had a lot of fun, and it's, you know, it gives you that kind of Call of Duty feel in terms of controls and, you know, like play style, but it's just such a weird version of it, with grapple hooks and, you know, spring shoes and just all kinds of stuff. Plus there's, you know, you're constantly hearing audio from the characters as they say things when you know, capture a point or whatever, just little funny lines, and it definitely gives it a nice fun feel to it. You know, how many games can you say you can fly around and dive bomb people right before you go on a killing spree? Like I said, so I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I know in my other video I said that it's January 10th when it's releasing. Well, that's when it was supposed to release, but apparently I just found out, because I just checked their forums, that it's not releasing on the 10th now. It got pushed back. I'm not sure why it got pushed back, but personally, I'm not a guy who freaks out whenever a game gets pushed back. I usually actually like when I hear that a game gets pushed back. I mean, yes, you have to wait longer for it, which that kind of sucks when you're looking forward to a game, but I would much rather a game developer push a game back if they need to, if they feel that they need, if there's something they want to do, if there's something they want to fix. I would much rather have the game work properly when it comes out. There's nothing more frustrating than playing a game, you know, that has had a set release date for like over a year, and then you get that game and it does not feel finished at all. And you feel really cheated, because you say, you know, it's like, why didn't you just push this game back? Like, you know, to be honest, Battlefield should not have released without private servers. I mean, how do you release a giant game like that, where you know there's, you know, a community that likes to do competitive, you know, there's a competitive community for that kind of game. How do you release a game like that that doesn't have custom games, private servers? I mean, the PC has them now, but I mean, PS3 and Xbox still don't have private servers, so it's like you can't really do any kind of competitions. You can't, it's really hard to do a game battles match, because you can't really get a server by yourself. You can, but it's, you know, you can't set up any, you know, rules, like you can't disable anything. It's kind of ridiculous that games these days don't launch with that kind of stuff. And it's not like they go, oh, well, we didn't realize anybody didn't, you know, that anybody wanted that stuff. No, they know that people want that stuff, but, you know, they just decide not to release the game. Either they think people are gonna flip out and they're gonna lose sales, but in the long run, they actually, I think, lose more sales by, you know, not pushing games back, because, you know, most of those people that, you know, are excited about that game, they're still gonna buy that game even if you push it back. they're still going to have that interest in there that, you know, they had before. It may not be as strong as it was, but chances are, like I said, if they were planning on buying that game anyway, they're still going to buy it. You know, all it's going to do is give you more time to fix a lot of the problems that are going to cause people to not buy your game if you release it early. You're going to lose sales if you release the game early, and you know, it gets bad reviews. If people say, oh, you know, this game could have been great, but the servers don't work, or this could have been great, but it's full of bugs, it's full of glitches, whatever. There's going to throw a lot of people away from the game that would have been there. And also, you know, just people that would have stayed on that game for a while, and it would have been a game they played. You know, maybe you want to do DLC down the future or whatever. Now these people are upset with your game because it doesn't feel finished, and they're going to leave, and they're not going to come back. Probably they have a bad taste in their mouth. And, you know, that kind of stuff, you're not going to get those kind of customers back, probably. They're just going to be gone from that game. Something else is going to come out, and they're going to start playing that game. You really have to have a game ready to go when you release it. Like I said, I know that, you know, I don't have a game company myself, but this is just something that I've seen, you know, as a consumer and as a player, hurt game communities that really could have been strong communities. And you really feel cheated as someone who likes that game. Now, I know, like I said, that, you know, games shouldn't release without private matches, custom rooms, that kind of stuff. I do feel that way, but, you know, this game right here does not have private matches. And it will not have, I don't think it's going to have private matches, if I remember right in an interview that I saw. It's not going to have private matches on the full game either. Now, that being said, would I prefer that there was custom matches? Yes. But it's a $15 downloadable game. I'm amazed that this game has as much content in it and is such a full-fledged multiplayer for $15. So I'm not going to split hairs here and think that, you know, I'm feeling, you know, that I'm being cheated. There's not custom matches in this game. It's a very good game, and there's a lot for your money. So, you know, I totally understand them not having custom rooms in here. And wow, look at that arrow coming through his face. That is awesome. That's one thing you see a lot on here, because it can take a few arrows to kill somebody sometimes if you don't have it charged up enough, is you can put it straight between their eyes and it doesn't kill them, which, like I said, I totally understand. I mean, it makes for the balancing, you know, of the game, but when you see that kill cam and you see the guy with an arrow sticking out of his forehead, it's kind of like, come on, guys, you're really but yeah, so like I said, I'm definitely not going to rag on this game for not having custom matches. It would be nice, but we'll see how many people end up playing this game anyway. You know, there wasn't a ton of people playing the beta, and I really think that that's not so much, you know, that, you know, people aren't interested in this game or wouldn't be interested in this game. It's just that a lot of people haven't heard of this game. I mean, they definitely, you know, like I said, you know, still had beta codes left. I know people were still getting their beta codes. I don't know if there was a limit on it through GameSpot or Eurogamer, but people were definitely still getting codes. So I'm thinking that, you know, most of it was just that people had no idea about, you know, like what this game was. They hadn't heard about it. There really wasn't a buzz yet about it. I know some people, you know, had heard about it for a little while, but personally, like me, I had no idea about this game until you know, one of my friends posted on our website, on our clan forums, to, hey, you know, head over to GameSpot and get your code for this beta while there's still some. And I was like, I don't even know what this game is, but, you know, I love trying out betas, especially, like I said, with shooter games. So, you know, I'm willing to give anything a shot. I like a wide range of games. I'm not that kind of guy who only plays Halo, you know, for 4 years, or only plays Call of Duty. I like to mix it up. I get bored of a game after a while, and I definitely like a lot of style of games. You know, I look back at my history, especially, like I said, shooters, and man, I've liked a lot of fringe type shooters. You know, like Metal Gear Online, I was really into that. You know, Uncharted, which I don't want to say that's a fringe shooter, but, you know, definitely the multiplayer was not as popular on Uncharted 2 as, you know, some other games like Call of Duty, that kind of stuff. You know, Resistance. There's just so many games out there where, you know, I've actually put a decent amount of time into, and they're just not the mainstream games. You know, for a lot of people, it's Halo, it's Call of Duty, and it's Gears of War, and that's pretty much it. And, you know, if you don't really fit into that category, then they're not going to play your game. It's just that simple. You know, like I said, I've never been that kind of player. I'll definitely try out new things, and I'm always willing to get something different, but some people just want the same old stuff. And even if you're like that, and, you know, you're going to you know, keep buying the same games, and maybe you wouldn't click on a link and watch a video intentionally of another game that, you know, was just sitting there on YouTube or whatever. You know, maybe if you're subscribed to me and, you know, you still want to hear what I have to say, then maybe I can, you know, open your eyes to a new game. And you know, I'm kind of doing this with Gotham City Imposters here, trying to get maybe a few people interested in the game. Granted, you know, it's like these aren't getting a ton of views. You know, it's not gonna, you know, help boost the game up to you know, huge popularity with my few hundred views. But you know, it's better than nothing. And at least, you know, maybe even if there's only 4 people out of that 300 that want to buy the game, you know, that's 4 people that are going to have a good time and are probably really glad that I, you know, opened their eyes to this kind of stuff. So basically, guys, you know, I just want to say, hey, you know, be willing to try something different. You don't have to play the same game. I know a lot of people that, you know, never tried Battlefield, and they played, you know, Call of Duty all their lives, and you know, Battlefield 3 came out and they gave it a shot and they're really loving it and they're not regretting that decision. You know, it's like you're not going to know if you like something until you try it. That goes with food, that goes with different styles of movies, different styles of music, all kinds of stuff. You're not just going to not know unless you try it. You know, there's a lot of things. As like I said, food was a good example there. Until you try it, you know, you can think that you won't like it all you want. It can look disgusting, it can smell weird, but man, it can taste awesome. You just, you know, I've learned a long time ago to stop worrying about, you know, if I think I'm going to like it, and just try it. You know, if you don't like it, you don't like it. It's no harm, no foul. It's not the end of the world. You know, you can always get something else or whatever. But, you know, like until you try it out, you're not going to know. That goes for relationships, too. I mean, most people don't hit it right out of the gate and get it right. You don't find your soulmate, you know, first time out. And even if you do, you may not realize it, and you may ruin it because you didn't realize what you had was special. Basically, guys, you have to, you know, get a wide range of experience out there, and that goes for video games, too. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video, and give this game a shot. Peace.